All right, we'd like to call to order the Berea Tourism Commission for Wednesday, June 12th, 2024, held in council chambers at 304 Chestnut Street, Berea, Kentucky. Start with taking the roll call. Logan Bertram.
Here.
Alex Sipple.
Here.
Shelley Wolf.
Here.
Donna Brewer. Will Gover.
Here.
And Laura Carpenter's not with us today. And Bill West, I'm present, so we have a quorum, so we'll go ahead and proceed. Donna, we'd like to welcome you to your first meeting. Thank you. And hope you enjoy it. We'll ask for approval of the agenda. It's in front of you. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as is, or want any amendments?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Got a motion, got a second. Any objections? The agenda passes unanimously. Now we'll move on to approval of the minutes from May 8th, 2024, and they're in your packet in front of you. I'll give you a second to look over them and see if they suit you. If they do, because I can make a motion to accept them as is, or make a motion for changes, amendments.
Do y'all have the May copy? I have the April 10th minutes.
And I think it's, yeah,
It's just dated for
I
today.
think it's misdated. Well, you got the right one, but it's misdated.
We'll correct that, just change
Yeah.
that to the May.
Good catch, yeah.
That would be for the May 8th meeting.
Good catch, Will.
With that correction, I'll make the motion to approve them.
Will's made a motion to approve as
I will
corrected.
second that.
We got a second. Is there any objections? The approval of the minutes for May 8th, 2024 passes unanimously. We'll now move on to our toll update by Brian Reed, our Assistant Code Administrator and our Project Manager for the toll building project. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you. As you all know, there's been very little going on at the toll building. The contractor for about 5 to 6 weeks has been essentially done with the work that was originally contracted. He's been working on some small punch items and waiting for the city to finish the design that we spoke about last time and getting our pricing together. Last time I was here, we talked about a upcoming change order. So the change order I present today will be the items we talked about last time, as well as the kitchen equipment, the fit up of the new kitchen. But other than that, in the last month, we've had blinds installed, like saying some minor punch items. Donna, was that pretty much?
That's pretty much it.
Been working on the balancing of heating and air system. So there's been a little bit going on, but it's been pretty slow due to waiting on information from us. So since our last meeting, we have finished up the design of the kitchen. We priced out all the equipment, and last week I presented the items that we previously discussed as a change order to the council. They met before you all, so I went ahead and presented it because we need to get back moving. They approved the numbers, so now today I'm here for your all's approval. So it's a two-step process. So including the equipment, the kitchen fit up work, warming area. So it won't be a full kitchen. It will have several pieces of equipment. The landscaping, the new sign base and the new fountain base, and striping the parking lot, we presented a change order to council for $84,398.50. So I would like to present that to you all today for your consideration.
Any questions?
If I may just say that this is something that we approved in our amended budget back in February when we passed that, so the $100,000 line was approved at that time. For we knew we were going to go forward to go ahead and complete the warming prep area and have the building completely wrapped up and finished, so.
And this should end up well under the amount both you all budgeted and council.
Do we have a motion to accept or any questions?
I will motion to accept.
I'll second that.
Is there any objections or comments by the commissioners? All right, that passes unanimously. Brian?
Do you all have any other questions about future of the project, anything that's been going on or that hasn't been going on?
Do you have a guesstimate on a finish date that we'd actually be moving in?
Looking at maybe 6 weeks would be
Good working
my
number?
estimate, and that's if ever
Yeah.
contractor is available to get started. He's actually anxious to. He's wanting to get finished up and get it behind him, so I would expect 6 weeks on his part. So then we've got the decoration, some other things that will go into having it ready. I know Donna's been working on that, but the construction, there shouldn't take a terrible long time.
Anything else? Thank you, Brian.
Thank you all.
Appreciate you coming in, doing that for us. We'll move on to Director's Report by Donna Angel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to take a little bit longer moment here to welcome Donna Brewer from Boone Tavern Hotel and Restaurant that is joining us as Commissioner effective this month. So we're delighted to have Donna on board with us and serving out the term for Mr. Crawford, who resigned to accept another position in another city. So we're delighted to have you with us. Donna, could you just take a moment and share a little bit about yourself with us?
I'm Donna Brewer, guest services manager at the Boone Tavern. I work a lot, but in my off time I head home to London and enjoy my children down there, and that's about it.
She does work all the time, you know. But we're glad she resides here in Berea with us and works greatly at the hotel and gets some time with her family in London there. The first thing on my agenda that I kind of wanted to talk about, because we haven't spent a lot of time talking about our ARPA funds that we received 2 years ago. So that monies will be rounded up and spent and used by December. That's our deadline. So I kind of wanted to take you back through 2023. These were limited fundings of what we could really do with this money. So we have gotten out of our box a lot on how to spend this to give us long-term investment of built-up assets that we could have for tourism going forward in the future. We were able to shoot tons and tons of great photo products from the artists and the craft makers earlier in the year, last year of 2023. We produced a wonderful 30-minute TV show about Berea through Crossroads TV, and it was a smashing success. We all enjoyed that. I guess we should show the video again sometime this year, because it really is exciting and good. Of all the attributes that we highlight here in Berea, we forget sometimes what a blessed community we are with the nature that we have, the outdoor, and the talent that we have with our local arts and crafts makers right here. We were able to purchase for the first time some new group tour planner distribution brochures. It is really nice to be able to have something before you that you can do a quick discussion on when you're at conferences trying to recruit motor coach tour agents to come to Berea and to bring their buses to us. So it was wonderful to have those done, and just really beautiful magazine as well. We put money into the motor coach digital and print ads, motor coach line editorials, motor coach tour page ads, Yes, we did put a lot of that in because we had none. Over the history of this time, we had nothing really to promote and market the motor coach piece. And I think from everything we saw back in 22 and 23, by hiring a full-time person to recruit and work with the motor coaches, and Donna can share this and will too, it's been a great thing to have that presence now in our community to where the bus lines are really looking at a place to come to highlight something different for their travelers. We also used the funding to attend, one of the things we could do were to attend conferences for motor coaches that we had never attended. So that was a great one. I think Emily actually attended that one in Indiana last year. And then also we had the Southeast Tourism Society Conference, and then we placed ads in the Group Tour Magazine ads as well last year, which were paid for through that funding. As we go into 24 of this year, I just kind of wanted to highlight some of the things that we are going to be doing again this year to use the remainder of the funding that we had none of this in the past. All of these things are things that can carry us into the future. We had no built-up library stock on a lot of good photos, professionally driven photos of artwork in our town. So we're still going to continue with some of that, but last year was a great improvement on all of that. We will be doing 4 series of video shoots all across town covering all the assets that we have that we can possibly put in these shoots. We completed our spring shoot already, and we're getting ready to schedule for our summer shoot coming up. So that will be more out on the lakes and the waters and all the outdoor activities that we have going on, a lot with any new restaurants that we have that we're doing, any summer major draws with the Learn Shop classes that are outdoors as well. We all know that June and July are really heavily trafficked months for Berea, and then October plays strong for us again. So we try to grasp all we can for the month of July. School's out, parents are ready to roll on vacation with their children, so the interstates are wide open for us, and the buses are traveling heavily in that month too. So we're excited to get the summer shoots up and going. Later in the fall, we will be doing a fall series of all of those. And come early November, we will be doing a lot of our winter scenes along with Christmas scenes, because we do not have great videos on any of that we can constantly play or put back out there each season. So the 4 video shoots will be a great, tremendous asset to add to our library. We will be doing also this year a summer podcast through iHeartRadio, where we'll be doing some live interviews with our working artist instructors that will be teaching classes for the Festival of Learn Shops this summer, which will be following right after the Berea Craft Festival. So we're excited to see those and some YouTube videos put out with that as well. We will be attending a summer conference in Atlanta on motor coach recruiting. We will be designing Danny's been working on it for some time now, a new magazine called Travel Berea, Kentucky. We do not have our own city magazine or travel magazine, and that's a big thing that a lot of the tourism offices across the state of Kentucky were able to invest funding in to create your own city magazine. So I think that will be a great travel magazine for us as well. We're also going to be investing in new rack cards. We have a lot of new treasure trails, we call them, antique shops. And our second rack card that we want to invest more into is new spaces that we have for lease space for different events and parties that would be going on in our city as well. We don't currently have anything like that, nor is it listed really anywhere on our websites as well. So to be able to ship those across the state of Kentucky and 6 surrounding cities around us will be a great attribute to have. We're also working on a new map for the bike trails, thanks to Alex Sipple to bring to our attention that we do not have a very navigatable or attractive map online for our hiking and biking trails. So Alex is going to be working with our GIS officer, and they're going to try to come up with a really great map that we can do things there with as well. We also are going to be working on a Berea Outdoor Adventure rack card, which we don't have currently as well. A new rack card for historical places. We have a lot of beautiful homes and buildings here in our city that are historical, and some are listed on the Historical Preservation Registry, National Registry as well. So it's prime time that we have documentation, you know, of rack cards and something to support that as well with people that are starting to come in for, and inquiring about historical tours and properties that we have here. So we're excited about that piece as well. And also, as Brian just completed his wrap-up on the Toll Building, which is now the Berea Gallery and Event Center, we do not have, of course, a rack card promoting that building itself or highlighting that. So we will be doing a new rack card for that one as well in our new package. We also will be taking out again, through the ARPA funding, the Kentucky Visitors Guide. From the last report we received from marketing, that one magazine brings us in over 100,000 visitors a year into Berea. So we know that. We get lots of inquiries on it and so forth as well through our email system and cards that are mailed back for more information. So it's a wonderful magazine, and it's well done and very classy, and proves itself quite well on that page. Most of you were present at our City Council work session a few weeks ago, and thank you for attending. That was very nice of you to do. But one of the items that our council members had questions and concerns on, as we did too, was we had placed in our budget that we approved as Tourism Commission a line item total of $800,000, and that was pertaining back to line item number 54500, which represents building and grounds. And at that time we had listed $800,000. And just some of the items we talked about, you know, about $110,000 of that were for repairs and ongoing service that we must have. And the remainder, we were kind of estimating because we did not have real budgets or real bid estimates back at that time when we approved our budget. So we bid high, not knowing really what it would cost us to do some of the Berea tourism and city type signs that were to be replaced. So we estimated around $600 total for all of that. As Mr. Alex Sipple did a great job working with me on locating a lot of the signs that were kind of duplicates around town and unnecessary to have so many potted in one hub area as well. So we were able to reduce a lot of those signs down, while also taking a good look at the brown and white street, green and white street signs that are not reflective and so forth anymore, but a lot of those were redundant as well, as they were just repeated on some of the streets. So eliminating a lot of those and taking out a lot of the brown and white signs which identify businesses, historical or street hubs like the Artisan Village, Boone Tavern, and so forth, we were able to eliminate a lot of the signage. So during our conversation with the council, which was very good indeed, I think we came to a good agreement that we really see that maybe a total of $400,000 would get us through changing out the burgundy and yellow signs that represent tourism and not getting into the city street signs and the state highway signs and the brown and white as we move forward. So those can come at a later date, and I think that brought us down to about 110 that we would still need to replace or to carry on with some of the projects that we needed to fix with roofing, flooring, painting the old hotel, the platform on the back of the train station, and with our current landscaping annual bill there. So we should have about $290,000 that would remain to get the burgundy and yellow signs replaced with our new brand and our new logo, colors, and so forth, so that our story stays continued. We did get up all of our banners in Old Street. I think the Public Works Department wrapped them up this week down there. The brackets came in for all of that. So it's very attractive and very bright, and I think everyone is in complete agreement that Craft Your Own Adventure is a really unique brand for us right now, as not everything is about crafts to someone, as really being a great pump bike rider might be a craft to that person. So craft has become many different things, whether it be art or outdoor adventure. So I think we have a terrific new brand to take us into a new era here. And I do believe the new sign package can carry us for another 10 years out, with a future plan of probably we're going to look at faded signs, about every 9 to 10 years going forward. But at this time, Mr. Chair, I will ask for a motion to change our $800,000 line item to $400,000. Second, and a discussion and an approval, please.
Any questions or motion to amend the budget as outlined by Donna?
The one line item only.
Line item.
I'll make that motion.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second. I will second.
Any objections? No nays. The amendment passes unanimously. We'll go on number 5, Donna.
Okay, thank you. Should the budget will go for its final reading. There's always 2 ordinance readings. On June the 18th will be the final reading for approval of the budget. So we do sincerely hope that the council will be willing to go along with our budget and hope for the best on that situation. Moving to the trolley update, the trolley is included in the budget as well this year. You have approved it. I don't have anything negative to say about that. I think everything will be fine on that, but we'll see as we move along. What we will do, if that is approved, the next thing, the city administrator and I had spoken on this, because of the dollar amount in our procurement policy, we must put a bid out for that, a request for proposal on that. So that may take a little bit longer to be able to actually sign a contract with a trolley company. There are only about 2 in the U.S. that can custom build for us, and we have worked with both of them, so we will request bids from them on that project as quickly as possible if the trolley is approved, and move forward with that, and the mayor as well. Number 6 is our lawn service. Taking on the toll bill, or the Berea Gallery and Event Center, and seeing some other changes that we may not need as much or have used as much as needed in the past. I do think, and we've talked about this and approved that in our work session and a budget meeting previously as well, but we will be putting out a request for proposal on that for a reduced cost with reduced services being needed at that time. So I'll keep you posted on that as we move along. The property maintenance updates, again, as soon as the budget is approved, then we will start to work on replacing the flooring in the old hotel, one side of that, to get that done. The contractor says it really shouldn't take long to produce that and have that wrapped up. The painting and the work on that, we may have to put that out for a bid as well, so I'll keep you posted on that. The train platform flooring, we do have one bid in on that right now, so we'll keep getting a second bid so that we have a comparison, but it should not exceed $30,000 by any means, to follow our procurement policy there as well. The Berea Gallery and Event Center updates, Brian talked just a little bit about that. Like he said, the contractor, those aren't big projects for him, and they should knock that out pretty quickly. So we're hoping, we've got scheduled just a mid-August grand opening. We still do have lots of furniture and equipment. It is a naked building. So we are starting to work on the things that will go in there per room and creating themes for each room, and we'll try to meet our early August, if we can, deadline to get that up and going. We currently have 24 people on hold list to reserve the facility. Christmas is slamming really fast, so we don't have many dates open for that yet in December, but that's an exciting, good thing to open up to the community as well. This weekend, in one of the flyers the ladies have posted here for you, is our L&N Day, train day, this coming Saturday. And Becky will probably talk a little bit more about that. But we also are looking for a couple of extra volunteers. Mr. West, we appreciate you volunteering or being voluntoed that we need you. So we appreciate that, and we'll, with everything that's going on, it's going to be a wonderful weekend in Berea this weekend. What we've tried to do for the last 3 years is really involve the whole city, not just one event going on for one purpose. So we've got Berea College this year that has joined in, collaborating with us with a Solstice Fair, craft fair going on Saturday as well. We've invited the Berea Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department to do a car show as well with us. There's a plant sale going on, a huge plant sale going on in the Memorial Park with us as well. So it will be a crazy wild day in Berea. We do have a shuttle bus that we have reserved that will be picking up folks from the Berea College employee parking lot that now houses 500 vehicle lots. So the bus will run from there to the Craft Fest, or to the Old Town, to the L&N car show to us, and we'll be dropping off, picking up every 30 minutes between Berea College parking lot and Washington Street for us. The street will be closed on Broadway so that we can have the food trucks out, and vendors and lots of activities going on for the children and so forth on the streets for that day. So anybody that wants to help that morning, we could use just help on setup for about 2 hours if you have, and we'll allow you the freedom to leave after that if you must. Just shoot me an email if you can help, and if you can't, we'll make it just fine. The Berea annual events, I do want to go ahead and just take a moment to compliment all of our businesses in town. We started 3 or 4 years back really trying to encourage people other than standard signature events that are going on to please work with each other, or creating more of your own talents that you host in your shops and your works. So I'm very proud of each merchant in our city, all from one end to another, that has really come out of their boxes over the years and created their own events and partnered and collaborated with anyone around them, not just in our little city, but going outside our city as well. And that's what our focus has been, to broaden our scope to where we include so many more different events with each other in a better working relationship. So I do compliment our entire city for their business work there. I will comment that I just got this morning, that the worldatlas.com reported that Berea was in the top 5 best small towns in Kentucky for a weekend retreat. So that's pretty special. We took out an ad through the Long Weekender magazine, which is a beautiful magazine. So we are thrilled that the responses that we have gotten back in and the Airbnbs are showing of rented vacation spots for Berea. So that was certainly a great thing to host there as well. Off the top of my head here, I also want to take a moment to congratulate Mr. West and his wife Mary Ann for being recognized through our Historical Preservation Society as an award winner for preserving the Church Hills Factory. So that was a very nice article, and we appreciate all you've done for Berea to keep things alive and changing it into the new today. So everything that's going out there is wonderful, and we really appreciate that a lot. Another thing on my list here, I just want to bring to your attention, I think most of you know that Nancy Conley did accept a position with another city in tourism. So of course we are thrilled with her and wish her nothing but the absolute best. And at this time, we will not be filling the position, the vacancy spot that we have right now. We will be sharing the responsibilities, the job tasks that she was doing. We have such incredible staff. They're each very, very talented in everything they do. Our part-time staff has been well trained by Nancy and carry out a lot of daily responsibilities as well. So we're just going to play things out and watch as we go along and make a decision later down the road about when we will fill that vacancy as we move forward. So we appreciate all that Nancy has done for tourism, and the staff will be fine and we'll all carry on. So that's all I have. You have posters here that I think Liz and Danny have passed out to you, so you can see all the great events that are going on. June and July are big months, so I tell everybody take a breath, and then keep at it. But it's wonderful to see all the activities going in our city, and the support we get from other cities, and the great compliments we get from other cities as well. I will take any questions if anyone has a question. Okay.
Any
Thank
questions? Thank you, Donna. Appreciate it. Well, now we'll move on to the operations report by Danny.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you so much for your time today. First of all, I want to say my own personal thank you to Nancy. I had the pleasure of working with her for just over 2 years, and I can attribute so much of what I've learned about tourism and how things run to the time I spent with her, and Lord knows she was incredibly patient with me. So I have to say my thanks for that. She would not be happy with me right now because the first thing I have to tell you is that I actually have a couple typos in that visitor's information at the top, but the corrected information. This past May, we had 1,623 people come through the Welcome Center with 8 grab-and-go bags. So for anyone who isn't aware of what our grab-and-go bags are, we keep plastic bags with our brochure, restaurant information, just all of the basics. We keep those on a hook outside our door for if anyone comes after hours. It was something that really picked up and that we were seeing a lot of during COVID when people didn't want to walk into the building, but they were still getting the information. It's something that we've continued far beyond, and we still see a few here and there, not as much as we used to, but that means they're walking through our door, and we're thankful for that. And then we had 3 large groups. So that's one thing that I'll get to in a second because it's actually kind of exciting. Looking at that compared to last year we had almost the exact same amount of people. We just had 5 more, plus 35 grab-and-go bags, and no large groups. The reason that I point this out, though, is because what traffic we're not seeing come in on their own is being brought to us through the motor coach. And this right here is a perfect example of how having Emily in a position like this where she is going out and recruiting and bringing in those people, even in the months where we're not seeing huge growth, we're seeing stability. which is pretty cool. You know, we might not be getting as many people just walking in off the street, but we're still getting just as many people through our doors. Speaking of coming through the doors, one thing I wanted to mention is that the staff has worked together to redo our big glass display case in the lobby. It is all now Festival of Learn Shops themed. And I know Liz has lots of great details about that, but they always work really hard and work with Liz to make sure that, you know, there's a layout that when people come in and they see it, that they want to ask questions. And when you walk in there, it's just bright and beautiful, and they've done a fantastic job. So for beautification, maintenance, and team projects, we all work together to plant flowers across town just after Mother's Day, or maybe it was right before Mother's Day last month. I think we were kind of waiting to see if it was going to rain, and then the skies opened up and it didn't. So it actually worked out fantastic. We planted flowers all across town, and if you go out and look at them now, the amount that they've grown is just, it's incredible. It's beautiful out there, and every single member of this team put in a lot of work for that. We did have a couple of our part-time staff members, Charlena and Sierra. They went out to Summerfest, and they went out there with this wonderful little checklist that Becky made. I think she showed it at the last commission meeting, of just things to do in Berea this summer. So they went out there and they interacted with 80 visitors that came to their table. So, and a lot of those visitors, you know, some of them were from out of town, but a lot of them were from right here. And that's such an exciting piece because, you know, in tourism, we always think about bringing people in. Our main goal is to bring people in. But it's really nice to be able to give that to our community too, for them to see, you know, the excitement that we build around the things that we're showing to everyone else. So it was really excited to see the community, you know, really getting in touch with what we have here. A couple of these I'm going to skip because they've already been touched on, but I do want to jump down to the Chestnut Street Pavilion concert series. That kicks off this Saturday. As if we didn't have enough going on this Saturday, we are going to end the night with a bang. Our first concert is going to be Nick Cassetta. He actually took the last show last year, and it was freezing cold. So this year he gets the first warm show, and we're really excited to have him. Now, on the first two, you'll see in parentheses where it says 171 interested and 73 interested. That's actually from our Facebook events. We're tracking how many people are showing interest on our Facebook events, and that's something that Becky and I have worked on a lot together to really build the last few months. We also, so we have, with Ellen and Day, we have a couple food trucks coming. One of them actually asked to stay for the whole day, so we will have a food truck at the pavilion as well. So you have in front of you a poster that has all of our concerts. Kind of a cool thing about this year that I explored that we really hadn't done a whole lot of in the past is that every single concert is a different genre. So the goal is to reach as broad of an audience as possible and get them interested and keep them coming back. So every single one of them is a little bit different. Becky has done some incredible work with with all of the marketing for that, you know, both online and in print. We also went back and forth forever trying to come up with a good banner design, and we finally got there, and it looks great from the road. It's out on the fence, so if no one sees our Facebook, if no one sees our posters, if they drive down Chestnut Street, they're going to know what's going on. Moving on to the Berea Craft Festival. As of right now, we have 108 artists booked, and 80% of them are fully paid. And as of today, we have brought in over $28,000 in revenue before ever opening the gates. So we've still got a little ways to go. A couple of them are putting in their final payments, but we're getting there. We've got 8 food and snack booths that are going to be going in this year. I think it's about the same number that we had last year. All of the vendors are booked. The one thing I was really excited about, though, I didn't check it today, but when I put this report together, 11.8 thousand people have responded interested on Facebook. And of course, we know we might see, at best, half of those actually show up. And then, of course, you know, we've got the people that have been coming for a long time, but it was really a good opportunity for us to see that utilizing the Facebook events really does work. and it keeps us in mind. So as we're constantly posting, it's going directly into their news feeds because they've already showed that they're interested. We have 10 entertainers booked, and all of our marketing is up and running. I know Becky's got some more to talk about that. And we're just down to the final details. Lots of checklists and not knocking stuff off and getting ready for setup, but we're in a good place for it. So that is all I have today. Any questions for me?
I have just a couple. What was last year's attendance at the
Last year's attendance was 8,200.
8,200? And do you know what last year's revenue was?
Not off the top of my head, but I can get you that number.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Danny. Next is the program manager, Liz, I believe. Yes, program manager Liz Todd.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Liz Todd. I'm the program manager. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've been up to, a lot, it sounds like. The first thing I want to talk about is some classes that we've hosted in May. We had the honor of hosting a couple of private classes, and one of those was a senior trip Girl Scout troop from Bardstown, Kentucky, and that's what you're seeing right now. It's actually a brand new class, a copper bracelet, which we are incorporating into our Festival of Learn shops in July. So we did a little test run with 15, 18-year-old seniors from Bardstown, and they absolutely loved it. They did a phenomenal job, lots of smiles. These girls were super tough. We worked with Emily as well, and she was able to provide them with very detailed hiking instructions for all the trails. So before they forged metal for several hours, they hiked the toughest trail at the Pinnacles. So these girls are cool, they're tough, and we were so happy to have them with us. The night before, they stayed at a treehouse at Homegrown Hideaways, and then they finished the day with Popolinos. So they just had the best time ever. And then they went ziplining. So I did check on their leader after. I said, were you really sore today? She didn't really answer that, but it sounded like they had a lot of fun regardless. So it was just an honor to get to host them and to partner with Emily. She's such a joy to have on our team. And then we also did, we also had the honor of hosting a nonprofit organization who they're actually called the Council for Exceptional Children. And they are all across the country, and this particular group, this is them. This particular group, they were actually just got into town. They had 2 hours and 15 minutes before their dinner at Boone Tavern, and we were able to do Gourd Glow Kentucky, a very specific traditional gourd class for them. And they are from all over Kentucky. They, again, are volunteers for this Council for Exceptional Children, and they were attending an all-day intensive at Boone Tavern leadership conference. So we were so happy to be able to do a last-minute, very wonderful class for them. And they were so creative and insightful, and we were also able to share a lot of our upcoming events with them and a little bit more about Berea. So this is just an example of the outline they sketched. This is them learning all about the pyrography and the burning on gourds. And then with this particular class, we also incorporated paint with this class. So it was great to have that mixed media option as something different with our pyrography class. So it's been great to have our private classes seem to be rolling in as well when we have a little bit of downtime before our huge sessions, which were March and April, and now we'll go into July. So our Festival of Learn shops will be held July 22nd through the 30th, we, Becky has worked very diligently with me to come up with an awesome theme, and we're doing the Summer Skies series. We're using that awesome graphic that we're going to keep using that Danny made for us last year, and really lean into our outdoor Appalachian feel with some alliteration with the summer skies. We have just an abundance of variety with these sessions. We have 104 classes with multiple sessions. So we have a huge schedule. Last year we ended with 78 classes, so we've experienced some growth, which is exciting. And we have 15 locations booked all across town, so that as they're taking their classes, they can intermingle and shop and eat all over town. Over the 9-day period, we have 34 new classes, 6 new to the festival artist instructors, and then 17 of our artists are Madison County residents, which is huge. And we're really trying to focus on, obviously it's regional and it's open to everyone that teaches in Kentucky, but it's fantastic to be able to support our local artists and really keep that art alive in Madison County. So to have those 17 Madison County artists is fantastic. Something that I touched on before that we've built on a little bit is we're also going to have activities every day, much like we did the summer flyer that kind of broke down things we had during the summer. We're going to have a small something with a QR code and a schedule where they have an option of something not Learn Shop related to do each day that they're here in town, where so many of our visitors do plan their vacations and their trips, and they may come with their husbands or their kids and switch off, something to do each day. So a couple of examples, we were able to meet with Bridges at Holiday Inn Express, and he is going to host 2 meet and greet breakfasts for us. We suggested one, he offered 2, so we're going to do, we said cinnamon and coffee, that sounds good. I'm like, I think that's what I need. So we suggested cinnamon rolls, which is the Holiday Inn's trademark thing, and coffee as a meet and greet for our attendees, but he offered the full hot breakfast for 2 days. So attendees and artists will be able to come in for an hour and a half or hour or whatever before, pop in and meet each other and experience his lovely hotel and get to know their artists and have a lovely hot breakfast. We're also going to do stargazing. On Thursday, we have our Jammin' on the Porch with Donna, Lewis Lamb, and crew. So that will be very exciting. A lot of other things in the works. And then as far as classes go, I just want to kind of focus on a few that extra excited and intrigued about. The first one is called 100 Things to See in the Night Sky and on the Sun. And that is by Jeff Hutton. He is a local Brewery resident. He calls himself an amateur stargazer, which I think is pretty modest, but I mean, I guess he's not, I don't know. But he's going to be teaching a class at the planetarium, which I'm kind of a nerd and just love a planetarium regardless. So this should be a really, really cool class. It's a 2-part, 2-day class, half-day sessions from 1:30 to 4:30. And he is basically going to really lean into, that's the title of the book that he's going to use, but he's really going to lean into ways to explore the night sky, be able to identify as a lay person, and just really appreciate what the night sky has to offer. So that should be really cool. And I was unsure how it would be received, but the tickets are selling like hotcakes. We have had a ton of interest with our tickets already. It's been very, very exciting. I contribute a lot of that to great marketing across the board and such a diverse, awesome lineup of artists and classes. So we are grateful for that, and we are excited to welcome people into town the 22nd through the 30th. That is what I have to share. What questions do you have for me? Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Liz.
Mhm.
Appreciate it. Now we'll have our group tour planner, Emily. Let's update.
Good afternoon, commissioners. Just to touch up on earlier, yes, we miss Nancy very much. However, super happy for her and this new position and adventure she's found herself in. And although I miss her as a coworker, I don't have to miss her for too long because we have already been discussing before she made the big move how we could, partner and everything with Corbin. So we already, have that partnership with the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. And so I'm going to schedule a Zoom call with everybody. And so our idea is to, rather than have tour groups or tour operators reach out to everybody individually and try to make their own itinerary, what if we work with our partners and already have an itinerary planned out for them? Go down to Corbin to see their Moonbow or whatever and the KFC museum, and then on your way up to Berea, stop by the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame type stuff. So it's already laid out for them, details already planned, so it's less work for the tour operators to have to plan all of that, and that does entice a lot of people. It kind of makes it a little bit easier for them. So super excited to get all that worked out, especially. And so in May, our tour buses that we had come through, we had 4 groups come through. And so the first one was a group called Restad Tours, and they had some music and dinner at the Dinner Bell restaurant and spent a few hours in Berea just walking around and stuff. And then the Southern Escape Tours, they stayed with Boone Tavern and had a private concert with the Kentucky Bourbon Trailers. They do a lot of concerts for us. And the Good News Travels, they did the Artisan Center. We did a driving tour of Berea, stopped at the Log House Craft Gallery, and they lodged with Boone Tavern that evening as well, with another private concert after dinner with Chip Bailey. He is one of our the newest artist musician on our Motor Coach Music option list. And that was his very first show, and I did check back in with her name was Karen Noble with Good News Travels, and she said he did absolutely splendidly, and they loved his storytelling mixed with the music that he had to share, and so they really enjoyed him. And if you know Chip, you know that has to be the case. He's so super sweet. And the Forest Hills Baptist Church Senior Group, they are a very large church located in Nashville, and the tour operator that was with them had told me, so their group that they brought had 40 people, and he said they could bring a bus back once every week for a couple of years and I'd never see a new face, because they have over 500 seniors, just seniors in their church alone, let alone other, their youth groups and all that good stuff. And they assured us they would be back. They loved Berea so much. They had nothing but positive things to say. They talked about how beautiful our town was, all the flowers. So as Danny mentioned earlier, we did plant flowers on May the 9th, all throughout Berea, and they just could not say enough good words, and how friendly and hospitable everybody was, especially down in the Artisan Village. They love how everybody stands on the porch and waves hi and bye as the buses come in and out. It's just very personable, and they made it seem like they hadn't run into that a whole lot
in their journey. So it's very nice to get those types of compliments and to have them say they would be back, and with a church that large, it's very exciting. And also, they had a private concert after their supper with Donna and Lewis Lamb. And they loved Donna and Lewis Lamb so much, they invited Donna and Lewis down to their church to play for their church with all expenses paid. Their travel down there paid, their hotel room paid, everything. They just wanted them to come and play for their church. And so that's also very nice, because when you have one of our music groups go out of state, that's just free advertisement for Berea. So. And then also another major note is we had two lovely ladies from Fox 56 come into Berea on Memorial Day weekend, and they are from the Live from Chevy Chase Taste Buds segment. And so they went all around Berea. They lodged with Boone Tavern, and they went over to Mr. Alex and kayaked the Owsley Fork, and they also had supper with Mr. Bill over there with the Honeysuckle and Dining. And they also just could not say enough good on their segment. I've been trying to find a link online. I even tried to call Fox 56, and I can't find a link to that segment anywhere. But if you do want to see it, I do have a personal copy on my phone. I recorded it on my computer screen, so the quality is not the greatest. You'll have to forgive me for that, but I do have it on my personal cell phone. I don't mind to share it. But yeah, they just talked all about Berea, and they loved Berea so much that the next two segments that they had, so their segment comes on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. every Tuesday, and they talked about Berea again on their next segment, and then the next segment. So they love Berea, and that's great. And as Liz said earlier, the Girl Scout troop did come, and Liz definitely set that up with Mr. Jeff Farmer, and I just helped them with their tips and tricks on the pinnacles. I love the pinnacles, go hiking a lot over there, so helped plan their time there. And then also we built a wooden photo frame that is painted with our logo at the bottom. It kind of looks like a Polaroid. And so the bottom left is where our logo is, but that left the bottom right side of that Polaroid blank and open. So if any type of event were to go on, they can sponsor their own event by putting their sign there with like command strips, Velcro, whatever. And so that is very nice to have every time we have a tour bus group come through. I set it out in the yard or on our front porch or wherever, and you'll see tourists taking pictures with that. And where it has our hashtag Visit Berea, that's just another way to get our name out there to other tour groups or just visitors. So that's pretty cool that it's reusable like that, but it's also versatile. It sits on the ground on some stands, but it can also be hung from trees or something. And another thing we're working on, Becky and I, and a little bit of Danny too, are trying to revamp the motor coach section of the website. Currently, it has valuable information, and it's very good. It can be a little overwhelming though, because there are a lot of words, not enough pictures, and so just making those types of changes to engage more people is something that we are focusing on. And then just to share a few positive things, again, we had that group. They just so much said about Berea and how we're so beautiful with the flowers, but we're a clean town. They couldn't say enough about how clean. They couldn't believe they couldn't find a cigarette butt on the ground or anywhere where you typically might in some cities, but they just thought it was so clean, so beautiful. And also, just the other day, we had a couple come into the Welcome Center, and I had the pleasure of speaking with them. And I was just chatting with them, asking them, why are you in town, all that good stuff. And they had said that they came to Berea at one point. I think they said it was a Sunday or something, where most places are closed on Sundays, as we are in the Bible Belt and everything. But it just seeing the closed stores intrigued them so much they wanted to come back. So they planned another vacation to Berea. So, that was also a good thing, and I wanted to share that as well. So anyway, that's all I have today. Anyone have any questions for me?
Questions for Emily?
All right.
Great, Emily, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, our next lady up is Miss Becky Brown, Media Manager.
I'm kind of doing a half and half situation again, where I'll be talking about some things on my paper report, but of course in media I have some visuals for you as well too. So let me get those set up. Make sure my volume is up. I wasn't sure if there's volume on that as well. All right, good afternoon, commissioners. As I said, I will be kind of reporting off of our paper copy first. So, as always, you can see the businesses that I visited. This is just so I can get updated content and kind of get out and see everyone, see what's going on in town, and visit with our merchants. So the media projects that I have completed, Constant Contact, that is how we do our email blasts. Hopefully all of you are on there. If you're not, let me know and I can get you on there. So we use that for our monthly newsletter. Our June one went out right at the beginning of the month. I assisted Right Place Media on a 4th-page ad for Ace Magazine that came out at the beginning of June. I will show that in just a second. I designed a half-page ad for Travel Host Magazine that also came out at the beginning of June. I assisted RPM with Lex Today and Lou Today for the Berea Craft Festival. That is a lead story, so kind of think an online article as well as an email banner ad, and they also do some social media advertising as well with that. I assisted Right Place Media with a new social media flight. I will share that as well, and that started on June 3rd, and it will run through the end of the month, so you may be seeing that pop up as you are scrolling on your phone at night. I assisted RPM with scripts for new 30-second and 15-second commercials. I will also be showing you guys those. They turned out wonderful. That is part of those 4 shoots that Donna and I have been talking about, where we got updated photo and video content. And I'll talk a little bit more about those in a minute. L&N Day, we did an ad for the Berea Citizen. That is, of course, coming up this weekend. We also did a press release. It's an event on our Facebook page. It is an event on our Visit Berea website. It's also an event on the state tourism website. So we've been trying to get the word out about L&N Day. And as Danny said earlier, if you all are ever curious or need to find a date quickly, of course you can go to our Visit Berea website and go to the event calendar, but also on our Facebook page, all of our big events coming up are listed there as well. So we have all of our concerts listed. We have L&N Day on there, the Festival of Learn Shops, and then the Craft Festival has its own page. So current projects I'm working on, we just did an email blast for the Festival of Learn Shops that went out on June 6th. It seems to have had a good effect. It has a good response, rather. So we're very excited about that, to see all of the tickets rolling in. And I'll show you all, we did a social media ad specifically for Learn Shops. I will show that in just a second. I've been working with the College Square businesses on designing a scavenger hunt for Leadership Kentucky. They are coming on June 17th. So Emily will work with leading that group in this fun scavenger hunt around College Square. I'll show you guys that as well. But I've been working with the businesses to see who is interested in it and then to get their approval as well once the hunt was done. I also will be continuing to design social media graphics for the Festival of Learn Shops. So until July 22nd when they start, and even once they start, we will continuously promote those as well. And as Donna said, we will have some promotions through podcast ads for the Learn Shops as well, closer to the event. So to show you all some visuals, this is, I just found this interesting and I thought that you all may as well. So May 19th through the 25th was National Travel and Tourism Week. The graphic you see here includes national data, and it comes from the U.S. Travel Association. I shared this on our Facebook and Instagram page. Those numbers just show what a big impact the travel and tourism industry has on our nation. And then also Governor Andy Beshear reported on the economic impact of the tourism industry on May 30th. He went live on Facebook, and I took this quote from a post that he made on his Facebook, and he said, "2023 is the best year in Kentucky's history for economic impact, bringing in more than $13.8 billion. You can also, in my written report, find our social media numbers if you would like to reference those. Our followers have increased on both Instagram and Facebook. I said last time I thought we would hit 16,000 followers on Facebook, and we have, so that's an exciting new number. Constant Contact, again, that's our email blast, or our email list rather. So you can see we've got over 16,000 subscribers on there as well. If you're wondering why May says not available, that is because we technically did not have any newsletters go out in May. It went out at the beginning of June, but so I added in the June numbers there, which the June numbers would be made up of our June newsletter that went out at the beginning of the month, as well as our Festival of Learn Shop email blast. I won't reference the written report anymore. I'll keep us up here on the screen. This is that 4th page ACE magazine ad that RPM created. Here the idea was to hit on all of our fun events that we have coming up. So we've got the Chestnut Street Pavilion Concert Series, the Berea Craft Festival, and the Festival of Learn Shops. Similar idea here. I designed this for Travel Host Magazine. This is a half-page ad. Family fun all summer long in Berea. We've got lots of fun things for the whole family. Again, we hit on the Pavilion Concert Series, the Festival of Learn Shops, and the Craft Festival, and then we've got beautiful Owsley Fork in the back because this time of year, of course, people want to get outside. That social media flight that I was talking about, that began on June 3rd. It will run through the end of the month. So each month it seems we have a carousel, meaning one of our ads, you can kind of flip through the pictures. You all can see the arrows there. So for this month, I decided to make the carousel our outdoor piece because it's that time of year. So you can see we've got the e-bikes, walking, which could encompass our trails as well as hiking, and the kayak there. And then for dining, this photo for dining came from our new photo shoot that we just had in the spring. This was at Burt's, and that links to our website. And then for the arts piece for this social media flight, I decided it would be a good idea to promote Learn Shops. And it links directly to Eventbrite. Eventbrite is where where people are registering for these classes. I thought that this would be a good idea because as people are scrolling on their phone, they can click that Learn More. It's going to take them right to where they need to register. So I think this, as well as the email blast and the print media, like I said, the tickets are rolling in. So I think it has proven to get the word out there, but also I want to compliment Liz because it's such a great variety of classes, truly beautiful. If you all have the chance, go on our website and explore the online catalog, because there's such a wide variety of mediums and just really talented artists. So I commend Liz. So the the Leadership Kentucky scavenger hunt, this is what I was talking about. So I put this together. Emily will lead the group. This will be just a fun way for them to get around College Square. Each stop is worth so many points. This will be a combination of taking photos and videos with their team. They came last year to do this, and this year they said they wanted to add in some video to switch it up. So we are going to do that. Here's the second page of that. I tried to make it just a front and back scavenger hunt. That way it's easy for them as they are running around College Square. So on the 17th, if you see people running full speed, that's what's going on. Okay, so these are the, these will be the 30-second spots that I'm showing you, and then they kind of cut them down to make 15-second spots. These will run on YouTube as well as connected TV. I'm sure you all are pretty familiar with YouTube ads. You get them before and in the middle of your video. And for connected TV, that's your smart TV. So when people are streaming whatever on an actual television set, they are going to get these ads as well. Hopefully our volume will be loud enough. I don't know why it's not. It's on my screen, but it's not on your all's screen. Maybe. Let me try maybe getting out of the PowerPoint. Maybe that will.
Getaway into gear in Berea.
Okay. Let's try it this way. These are really fun. You'll want to see them. I apologize for the wait, but. So this is our outdoor commercial.
Get your getaway into gear in Berea, a certified Kentucky trail town, surrounded with breathtaking scenery. Craft your adventure at visitberea.com. Get your getaway into gear in Berea, a certified Kentucky trail town, surrounded with breathtaking scenery. Craft your adventure at visitberea.com. Get your getaway into...
You guys get the idea. Kick your getaway into gear. All right, we'll go to this one. This one kind of just encompasses Berea as a whole.
Experience the charm of Berea, the folk arts and crafts capital of Kentucky, with unique dining options only found here. Or come and explore the natural beauty of Berea, a certified Kentucky trail town, surrounded by breathtaking scenery, with hiking, biking, kayaking, and more. Craft your adventure at visitberea.com. Experience the charm of Berea, the folk arts and crafts capital of Kentucky, with unique dining options only found here. Or come and explore the natural beauty of Berea, a certified Kentucky trail town, surrounded by breathtaking scenery, with hiking, biking, kayaking, and more. Craft your adventure at visitberea.com.
Those captions are automated, of course. We don't have to have them on. I chose to have them on, but I love that it says Barrio instead of. That's actually my sister's dog. I'm a little biased, but I'm like, that's such a beautiful dog. Do you care to bring her? This one is more focused around experience. We've got the soy yum candles.
Experience why Berea is the folk arts and crafts capital of Kentucky. With one-of-a-kind pieces created in front of your eyes, we know you won't leave empty-handed. Craft your adventure. Visit Berea.com. Experience why Berea is the folk arts and crafts capital of Kentucky. With one-of-a-kind pieces created in front of your eyes, we know you won't leave empty-handed. Craft your adventure. Visit Berea.com.
All right, those are the 3 videos I have to share with you. I think they turned out wonderful. I think they fully encompass everything that Berea is. Again, that's just from our first shoot, so we will continue to have our 3 other shoots this year as well. So we're very excited for the content that we will get from those as well. Do you guys have any questions for me? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Becky. Appreciate that. Now it's public comments section. We have any public comments? Anybody? All right, for no public comments, we'll ask for commissioner comments. Alex?
Yeah, I have some comments. I just wanted to, say thank you to everyone, staff. Emily, thanks for building that. It's been a good piece, it seems like. But I more so want to just reiterate and bring more awareness to people, as well as the Tourism Commission Board, that if you aren't familiar, there is a Big Hill line situation going on. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but essentially they're trying to put a power station down Red Lick and run power cables all the way up the right side of Owsley Fork to the top of Big Hill. We do have some awareness for it and teams putting in effort to kind of mitigate that. The last thing that I've been updated with from some community members was that the city itself did a kind of a evaluation, and there's kind of some open-endedness to it. So I wanted to bring just awareness to that, as well as to the commissioners, to see if we can do anything about that or anything at all. I just wanted to bring more awareness to it because it would affect not only our community but tourism, as well as developments and all kinds of different things. So hopefully we can do something about it. Thank you.
So do you have any suggestions or?
Yeah, so
leave us there.
yeah. So the suggestion was, in my opinion, is maybe we need to get a second reiteration of what that engineering firm did. Basically to have an opinion that's outside of a contractor that we have used previously or are already in connection with. So kind of an unbiased opinion.
Independent
That's
opinion.
what I'm thinking. Because there's a lot of land there, which includes artifacts, history, animals, and everything in between. And if we are starting to turn into a somewhat of an outdoor focused community, that's our most beautiful and prized possession, is that land that's out that way, and it is currently untouched, and it would be detrimental to have something like that come through.
Logan,
So yeah, so I'm open to working. Like I don't really know the next step, other than what I had just previously said, in the sense of maybe getting a second opinion. But there's already teams working on the website. They've got that all done. There's information. They're also making a mural down in Big Hill to kind of bring awareness. So I don't know what the next step is, but talking about it is something that would be important.
Logan?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Alex, and I look forward to discussing that in future meetings. But I would like to say that glad to have you to Ms. Brewer. Look forward to working alongside you. And also a thank you to Nancy. I didn't have the opportunity to work with her very much, but in the short time that I did work with her, you could really see how much this town means to her. And so her work has meant a lot, and she's, I wish her nothing but the best. And it's awesome to see how active Berea is. It's the, biggest small town I've ever seen. You guys, every weekend it seems like there's something to do, and that is so cool to see. And also the flowers look great in Old Town, so thank you guys for that. And also the commercials look awesome. And then also, I guess I probably should ask you while you're up there, but is there any way we could see that other than the YouTube ads, or is there like a link that we can go to find those, or? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
It'd be nice just to be able to have access to stuff like that to show it around and let us help you all promote the town some. So sometimes that, and I know there's some people some people, including ourselves, are thinking about putting streaming platforms in our business, and we could run those in those throughout the town, for people could see those as they go through the town.
Exactly.
That would be a possible thought. I especially liked your second video. I liked them all, but the second one I thought was really cool. Yeah, did.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to say welcome to Donna, and I just want to take a moment to say thank you to Nancy for her time and dedication with tourism. I know, having worked down there, Berea has definitely benefited from her time there, and I wish her well in her future there in her new position. And I also want to take a moment. I was last weekend. I went around to 3 different communities, just taking car show flyers around and talking with people, and ran across the lady. She had a Volkswagen at one of the shows, and she was from the Louisville area. And first thing she said, "Oh, Berea, I've been seeing like stuff on it." And she said, "I've had Berea on my list to come here and visit." And I said, "Well, just come on out to the L&N Day show, and you'll get to see Berea and everything." She had another obligation this weekend, but I thought it was pretty cool. She already had that on her list that she's been planning to visit, and so just wanted to bring that up. That the ads and all the marketing's definitely working. So good job on all that.
Anybody else?
I'll take my turn.
We're getting them all today. I like that. Everybody's got an opinion.
Welcome, Donna, and I did my best to congratulate Nancy prior to her exit, so I feel like we wish her well, and I hate to see her go, but obviously wish her well in her future endeavors. I had lunch today at Bluegrass Kitchen. Yesterday I had lunch at Bill's, but I had 2 folks come up that were tourists today and just asked for general information. So I asked them where they were from. They were from Washington and Oregon, totally unrelated to each other, but so that was interesting that I just had people come up out of the blue and ask for just some general information. So it's always good to have that, and that would be great if because we have streaming in our business as well for our business, but we could also incorporate some of that stuff like Bill was talking
Yeah,
about.
any of the
That's
previous ads we've ran that might still be pertinent, you could build it into little streams and
Yeah,
offer them
that's a great
to the
idea.
local businesses to. You can and then as things come up, you can update that stream, and like when the learn shops come up and stuff, and we can update the stream, and you could just be like a service to our businesses in town.
So we have those going on all the time in our waiting areas and things like that. So that's a good idea. Thank you, ladies, as always.
You got anything you want to say? Everybody else has talked. I mean, you got to say something. I would just like, I think it's wonderful that Nancy's already collaborating with us. That's pretty cool. That before she left, right? That is a really cool thing. I got an idea for you. I learned from somebody from Lexington. I had a visitor at the restaurant, the guy I worked with for 15 years, and he was getting ready to take his grandson to the they call the Big Truck Equipment Show in Lexington, and it's where the city and everybody in the city brings out all their big trucks and equipment for the kids, and he said it's everything from the dog catcher to the snow plow to the backhoe, and he said just bring it all out to one big lot, and bring in the food trucks, and you know, it can be city collaborative, it can be things like the farming and just anything that the kids would like, and delivery trucks, milk trucks. He said anybody can get in there, and then the kids just have a chance to expand. Another thing he said I thought was cool is they have it like I'd have to check this out, but I think it was 7 years old and below before 9. That way the little kids don't get crowded out by the big kids. So they open it up like at 7 and run it to 9, and then they open it up for everybody. And he had a young grandson, and he was taking him. And I thought that was just a really good, cheap idea to have an event that really helps the local kids. And I think if you advertise a little bit, the surrounding, certainly we get Richmond and Lancaster and stuff to come in too. You know, they would some of those people would come and bring their children. But I thought it was a cool idea, and he was telling me where he was going. We had a meeting at noon, and he says I had it at 9, so I won't be there to noon because I'm going to the big truck show. And so I thought that's a good idea, so I'd pass that along. And I do know on the electric thing that enough noise been made, they've agreed to put the natural steel tires up and stuff, you know, which don't mitigate but certainly softens the blow. So they are listening somewhat, I think, to but you know, getting power to where you need it is it's a tough
and
situation.
It's also brought awareness to me as to where if we can't necessarily stop it, how can we utilize the access of it for our community? So some people would say the example is, you know, some people put mountain bike trails or any sort of trail system along those as easements, per se. But that's, you know, worst case scenario,
Right.
in my opinion. But
Okay. All right.
so
Well,
yeah, I'll get some information and an update
Okay.
as well, and go from there.
The only thing else I want to say is just to parrot what Donna said a while ago. We got a lot of talent in the group, and I think you know, it's pretty impressive what we've achieved in the last few years, drawing attention to Berea and bringing people here. So, any other comments? Without that, we got a motion for adjourn. That's why I got a motion to adjourn. Just can't leave.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a second. Any opposed? The meeting's adjourned. Thank you everyone for attending.